He's been a strong leader. Dr. Rowley has been a strong leader. When he says he's going to do something, he gets it done. He does not weigh in the balance for long. There's a perception that he consults, but he takes a decision. And that is the strength, that is a show of strength in a leader that I admire. And while it is at times he has been loose in how he expresses himself and draws the ire of the stoosh, especially in the society, he gets things done. And he's been handed a very, very difficult hand. He came into office with the treasury virtually empty. A lot of borrowing had taken place before. The price of oil was low. The Petrotrin was weighing down on the finances of the country, and nothing had been done about it by the partnership. You had a whole series of places that were not being assisted. The iron and steel company, they went under soon afterwards. I forget, Ispat it was. And there were many companies that had been created for employment. One in Caroni with peppers and that sort of thing. And also these debilitating subsidies when it came to petroleum products for the country. And hard decisions had to be taken. And Dr. Rowley took those decisions as head of government. And right now, the country, without even realizing it that much, has tightened its belt. And had it not been for these strong measures taken by a man who was prepared to do unpopular things, Trinidad and Tobago would have been a far worse place than it is today. And what I like most about Dr. Rowley's performance in government is that he has ensured that the Trinidad and Tobago way of life has not changed. We are still the happy people. I mean, yes, a lot of people have fallen through the cracks. Yes, there are a lot of people who need help. But there are all kind of social agencies where those people who are desperate for help can go to and can still get some kind of help. I don't think that Dr. Rowley handled the Daryl Smith matter properly. I think he was far too protective of Daryl Smith. And it is not one of the things that he will be proud of. Daryl Smith should have been fired a long time ago, and whatever money had been paid out, those responsible within the public service of paying it out should have been made to account for it. And that was never done, you know. Much as the government tries to just brush it under the carpet, it's not something that will go away. But mind you, in the play of things, I don't think it is going to make much of a difference to the way people vote in the next general election, especially in the constituency of Daryl Smith.
Who do you think will win the next general election?
If an election were held today, the PNM would win. They would win with an increased majority, in my view. You see, we hear all the talk of the UNC, but at the end of the day, seats won are what puts you in government. And while it is the UNC may be able to increase its take of votes by $100,000, not dollars, 100,000 votes in the next election, those votes primarily are going to come from UNC held seats. The situation along the corridor is not going to change. If anything, I see the Barataria San Juan seat going back to the PNM. There was an indication of it in the local government elections where El Socorro South was won by the PNM. That is a electoral district that had just been won by the UNC last year, I think it was, in a by-election.